So let's unpack this. I think, well, we've all felt it.
Oh, absolutely.
That moment you realize you are just, standing at a massive, disorienting life crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
It could be your career has plateaued. Maybe you're finally ready to launch that business idea.
Or a big personal event just forces you to rethink everything.
Exactly. That fundamental sense that you need a major transition, that you need to reimage your future.
Hmm.
But the steering wheel just feels completely glued in place.
And that experience, that need for a deliberate pivot where the professional and the personal collide, that's what we're really deep diving into today.
Okay.
Our mission is to break down the methodology of Reimage Life, which is a platform specifically designed to guide people, individuals, and business professionals through these critical transitions.
So not just coping, but actually unlocking potential.
That's the goal, helping them strategically unlock their highest potential.
I appreciate that focus on methodology, because if you're a learner, you're looking for structure.
Right, not just motivation.
Exactly. And the sources, they immediately ground this platform in something really solid, noting that Reimage Life is a division of Boone Business Consulting, LLC.
Yeah, that's a fascinating detail.
It is, because it implies this isn't just, another self-help platform. It has this professional, strategic DNA built right in.
Precisely. The platform's whole core identity, where personal growth meets empowerment, is built on that foundation.
So it's leveraging that business expertise.
Yes, by leveraging Boone Business Consulting's expertise, they make sure that the strategies offered, whether they're for your career or your personal life, are anchored in really intentional coaching and professional mentorship.
Not just wishful thinking.
Definitely not wishful thinking.
So we know the goal is transformation, but what does a holistic approach actually mean in practice?
Good question.
Because when you're at a crossroads, your personal life, like managing stress or a family event, can feel totally separate from your business goals, like launching a product. How does Reimage Life structure its support to make sure those two things are addressed together, not just, in parallel?
That tension is key, and it's what sets their framework apart. They operate under two central guiding themes that mandate this blending.
Okay.
The first one is pretty obvious: life transitions.
Right.
This is specific support for people who know they need to refine their path, whether it's a big career switch, preparing for retirement, or, recovering from a personal loss.
And if you're going through something massive like that, the emotional and the strategic parts are totally interwoven. You can't separate them.
Exactly. And that leads directly to the second theme: holistic growth.
Okay.
They clarify decision-making by combining personal life coaching with business strategy. Now, you mentioned it sounds chaotic.
It could, yeah.
Right, but the clarity comes from the mandate. The personal coach isn't just focused on feelings. They integrate goal setting and metrics.
And the business strategist.
The business strategist is forced to consider the client's energy levels, their emotional capacity. It's a very active synthesis.
Wow, so that completely reframes the challenge. It's not about balancing two separate things.
No.
It's about optimizing the intersection. I mean, you can't execute a brilliant business plan if you're personally burnt out.
And conversely, deep personal clarity is useless without an actionable strategy to go with it.
That's the nugget.
That is. And because they recognize that people need different levels of structure and community, they deliver the support through three distinct pillars of service: personalized individual coaching, practical group workshops, and then the community environment of meetup groups.
That tiered structure it's vital for the learner. Let's dive into those, maybe starting with the most intensive one, individual coaching.
Let's do it.
Beyond just a typical motivational session, what makes this tailored coaching unique, especially for those high-stakes, intertwined problems like a career change or personal loss?
So the individual coaching is the deep, customized support track. And because of that connection to professional consulting.
Boone connection.
Exactly. These one-on-one sessions aren't just therapeutic, they are strategic planning sessions. Think about someone facing early retirement.
Okay.
The challenge isn't just managing the 401k, it's answering that fundamental question: who am I now without my title?
That's a huge identity shift.
It is. So the coach guides the client through that personal identity shift while creating a strategic plan for their post-career purpose or their next chapter.
So if I'm the client, I'm not just processing the loss of a role.
You're actively mapping out the next one.
Using a professional framework. That blend is just so critical.
It is. The sources really highlight that this depth of customization is what makes it so effective for those significant challenges.
Whether it's career or personal.
Right. Or when a personal crisis affects your professional performance.
Hmm.
And here's a crucial detail for anyone feeling overwhelmed by this.
Okay.
The barrier to entry is intentionally very low.
How so? Because making that initial commitment to a coach can feel, well, financially and emotionally massive.
Of course. So they offer a free 40-minute initial consultation.
40 minutes is generous.
It is,
Yeah.
and it's not just a 5-minute sales pitch. It's described in the source material as an initial planning session.
I see.
It removes the pressure, lets the person test the fit, and they get to articulate their current crossroads and maybe even receive an initial strategic insight, all before committing.
So it's essentially a no-risk diagnostic session,
Yeah,
a way to start designing the plan.
exactly.
That accessibility is perfect for the learner. It's a tangible first step. Okay, so moving on to the second pillar, group workshops.
Right.
If the one-on-one coaching is the tailored strategy, what specific actionable skills are being developed in the group setting?
The group workshops shift the focus from that deep, personalized introspection to developing tangible, actionable, professional skills.
More practical.
Very practical. Small group intensives designed for working and living more effectively. This is an abstract theory. We're talking about frameworks for advanced communication skills, or negotiation tactics, or goal-setting models that come directly from the Boone Consulting side.
So if individual coaching helps me define what I want to build, the workshops give me the specific power tools to actually build it efficiently.
That's a perfect way to put it. They are targeted skill acquisitions.
And are these just for individuals?
No, and that's important. They're flexible enough to serve corporate teams looking to upskill together, or individuals who just recognize a gap in their professional toolkit.
Like someone who's a great technician but struggles with team leadership.
Exactly that kind of scenario.
Yeah.
The group environment really leverages that collective wisdom and peer feedback for immediate application.
That makes the workshops ideal for rapid implementation. Okay. That brings us to the third pillar, which frankly is where the platform gets really interesting. The meetup groups.
The community anchor.
Yeah. How is this different from, say, a generic networking event or just a casual book club?
The meetup groups are the connective tissue. They're the community-driven engine for mutual growth, and they are highly intentional gatherings.
How so?
The format focuses on discussing books by recognized thought leaders. The sources specifically cite examples like John Maxwell or Mel Robbins.
Okay, so that elevates the standard book discussion,
Yep.
but tell me how that connection happens. What's the synthesis between reading a motivational book and making a real complex life change?
It's the structure. The structure ensures that the groups stress test the theory against lived experience.
So it's not just summarizing chapters.
Not at all. Members share personal stories and insights related to how the material applies to their specific challenges. So if the group is reading a book on overcoming inertia, the discussion focuses on where did I encounter inertia this week and how did I apply these concepts? It shifts the discussion from abstract concept to personal accountability.
So the three pillars form a complete loop then.
It seems that way.
Individual coaching gives you the tailored plan. Group workshops give you the skills.
And the meetup groups provide the ongoing motivation, the peer accountability, and the real-world feedback you need to maintain momentum.
That sounds like a really comprehensive ecosystem for navigating complex change.
It does. And now that we've covered the structure, we can kind of transition to the underlying philosophy that drives all this intentionality.
Right. When we look at their inspirational themes, this concept of intelligent design in personal success really stands out.
It does.
That phrase usually implies some kind of fixed outcome, but in this context, it seems to mean the opposite of leaving things to chance.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's all about intentional strategy. The sources use intelligent design as a powerful motivator for users to actively reimagine their futures by designing them.
Instead of just passively letting external circumstances dictate the outcome.
Exactly. It isn't about rigid fate, and it's not a rigid checklist. It's about iterative, conscious strategy applied to your own life.
So the core idea is, you are the architect of your own outcomes.
Yes.
You have to apply the same strategic foresight you would to design a successful business model risk assessment, objective setting, iterative testing to your own personal satisfaction and growth.
Precisely. It's an exercise in structured self-assessment combined with strategic application. And this whole circle of intentionality brings us right back to that professional grounding.
Boone Business Consulting, LLC.
Yep. The platform can effectively merge this deeply personal inspiration with structured planning because of its professional lineage.
It's the professional mentorship component that ensures the design is functional and
Oh,
sustainable.
right. It prevents the planning phase from becoming purely aspirational.
It ensures that the personal goals you set are married to realistic execution strategies, all grounded in solid business principles.
And that synthesis is the valuable nugget for the learner. Reimage Life serves as a resource that combines the necessary elements for lasting success. You get professional oversight from the consulting arm
Crucial accountability and support from the community.
and personalized, structured planning through the coaching. It's a
Yeah.
very beneficial mix for anyone seeking genuine transformation, not just, temporary motivation.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? If you are feeling that undeniable pull toward change,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's transforming your career, defining a new personal mission, or redesigning a stagnant business strategy, the platform offers a deliberately engineered pathway.
A way to move from the ambiguity of the crossroads to the clarity of a reimagined future.
And it's important to remember, the most practical first step requires zero commitment.
That free 40-minute initial consultation is the designated starting point. It's the moment you give yourself permission to stop waiting for change to happen.
And start applying the principles of intentional, intelligent design to your own future.
It's accessible and it's strategic.
It's the permission slip to start designing your success today rather than simply reacting to tomorrow.
Indeed. And it leaves us with this final provocative thought for you to carry forward. Given that we can apply intelligent design to personal success, meaning intentional strategy combined with deep self-assessment, what is the one major life decision you currently face right now that would benefit most from combining the rigor of business strategy with the empathetic clarity of personal life coaching to intentionally clarify the ultimate outcome?
Think about that intersection and what you could design starting this week.